First of all, let us start from the student dashboard. In our student dashboard, you can straight away see the important figures that a student needs to see. For example, his or her ELO rating, the average time taken per level, and the total number of levels completed. In the second panel, we have the ELO rating analysis section. Now, if you haven't already known, our ELO rating is actually derived off of 6 different attributes such as hardworkingness, dedication, mastery, proactiveness, effort, and diligence. If you look at this radar chart, the green color represents the score achieved by the course average, whereas the purple color represents the score achieved by the individual. Now on the right, you can actually see some articles shown here. These articles are recommendations to improve the students, a certain trait of the student. And to his right is the distribution of the ELO rating on the area chart. Now, each of these ranges represent the number of students that have this ELO rating. And if you can see here, Yujie actually has a better ELO rating than the average. So this actually provides sort of like a gauge for students to gauge how much more effort do they need to put in for this course to actually get above the average or to even reach the average in the first place. Below that, we have the Code Combat Level Progress Tracker. Now this shows the purple line represents the time taken by the student to complete each level, whereas the green line represents the average time taken by the cohort. And the student can actually use this to gauge how well he or she is performing as compared to the rest. And our table is actually sortable, so it even helps the student to analyze even with greater ease. To the right, we have the assignment tracker. Now this assignment tracker shows you what homework or assignments are actually overdue, and if it's or has not been completed yet. We've actually included links as well, so that you can actually click on these links and it will bring you straight away to the homework that you need to complete.
Moving on to the course instructor dashboard, the top row shows the most basic and fundamental metrics made available to the course instructor, showing total students, average ELO, and average levels completed. These are shown as numericals to ease the cognitive load on the course instructors themselves. Over the left hand side, we have the average performance as shown in the student dashboard as well, just that this graph shows the aggregated metric. Over here, we have the ELO distribution. So by comparing the histogram, by exploring the histogram, we will be able to see what are the ELO ratings like for each individual student. So over here, we can see that it's quite dichotomized. On the right, we have the leaderboard showing the top 10 students based on their levels completed, where each link would be clickable to direct them to their own dashboard as well. So whatever the student sees, the constructors will be able to see as well. So coming back, we have the average time taken per level. So this is sorted in ascending order. So by understanding each individual levels and what the skills they're trying to teach, highlighting the hardest level and the easiest level would allow course instructors to know what skills are the students lacking in. So going down, we have the average assignment submission hours. So as you can see, this chart is broken down into 24 hours, where each individual hour highlights the number of students who submitted at that hour itself. We have the drop down selecting each individual assignment. So the chart changes dynamically. So for example, over at this graph over here, you can see that 5 students have submitted at 3 p.m. where 1 student has submitted, say, at 1 a.m. Close to midnight. Right? So moving on, we have the submission distribution by date and time. This is broken down into 20 bins. So where the y-axis will where each row would represent each individual assignment. So the closer it is to the start, say the first bin, the more proactive the students are. So whenever the constructor releases a particular assignment, the students would rush to complete it. So the more fragmented it is, perhaps it can be highlighted that this assignment is not that straightforward and the students need more time to it. Conversely, if the right hand side is more concentrated, it can also be seen that the students are generally more laid back and tend to wait for the last minute before submitting. So this 20 bins is fixed throughout all the different assignments. So this is independent of the length of of the deadline. Moving on, we have these two charts showing the YouTube assignments. So we analyze for the left hand chart, we analyze the watch rate per assignment. So each individual bar would show the number of students who watched the video and versus the number of students who have not. So by clicking on each bar, you'll be able to see that the course instructor will be able to see which are the students who have not watched the video. So this provides a very simple interface for the course instructors to take note. On the right, we have the watch length distribution. So each individual assignment would have their own drop down. So by selecting, we'll be able to see how much time each student has spent on this particular video. So for example, this video is 12 minutes long, so it'll be probably around this portion over here. So any lesser, we can tell that the students did not generally watch the full length of the video. Any more highlights that the students will probably pause the video somewhere and replayed it somewhere before. So probably shows that the concepts taught in the video itself needs reiteration. Lastly, at the bottom of the page, we have the week student monitoring dashboard, where course instructors will be able to see at one glance all the worst performing students in the class itself. The number ranges from 3 to half of the cohort, so as to not overload the course instructors with information. So each individual card represents the students in ranking, or order by ranking, where it shows the most basic information about the students, such as the ELO ranking, the levels completed, time taken, as well as the current assignments due, current assignments pending. So by clicking on each individual card, similarly, same as the leaderboard, the constructor will be transported to the student dashboard itself. So to understand more.